Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Crystal and this video is going to be a little bit different. It is exercising. But before we do get into all that, let's take a look at this. Like I was saying, this is exercising. In the meantime, let's stop my babbling and get to the exercising. So first I have to say to please excuse the toy mess around me. We just got back from doing my intermittent jogging and my son, as you can see, is still napping, so I'm trying to get the rest of my exercising in and done. Also, I did not speed this up at all in case if you guys wanted to do these with me. So here I'm just doing crunches. I try to do 3 sets of 10 or 15 depending on how I'm feeling that day. Between each set I do something different, so I'm not just quite laying there. As you can see, I'm just trying to make sure my abs are engaged, and now I'm going into bridges. Different types of sit-ups. I do sit-ups with my knees bent, and then as you can see here, I'm doing sit-ups where my legs are extended but my feet are flexed, and I'm trying to show you as well as make sure that my abs are in fact engaged. So at the end of every set that I do, I tend to hold it for an extra 5 seconds so I can make sure to really get it in there. And what I was showing you just now with my hands is just that my legs are about shoulder width apart, keeping my knees separate, not trying to squeeze the inner thighs, so that way the under thigh and the glutes are activated instead of the inner thighs. And I'm now just doing my last set of crunches along with my last set of bridges. You'll see throughout all of this, I do not once put my hands behind my neck, and the only reason for this is my abs are definitely not quite where they used to be, so I actually find it a little bit more difficult versus putting my arms by my side like you see. It helps me a little bit. It's not the greatest for your neck, but it's what I do. I can still engage my abs enough to pull me up without having to roll over. I'm very proud of that. And now for stretching, and I really let the stretch happen. I breathe into the stretch. I make sure to go slow, take my time. My body absolutely needs these stretchings, and I'm sure the rest of you moms can understand how that feels. Now when it does come to my stretching, I breathe in for 5 and out for 5, and that helps me keep it even, go deep into the stretching, and not overdo one side or one stretch over another. Now as you can see, my feet were not touching, but this still worked anyways. And how you also just now saw that I walked my feet apart and I did not change my positioning, feel free absolutely to stand up, pull your feet apart, shoulder width, maybe a little further, and then go back down. Here I'm just down over my left leg and now switching to my right leg. Now here you see that I do this a lot longer. It looks like I do it for around 30, sometimes 40 seconds depending on the day. It really stretches out the calves, the bottom side of the legs, the hips, the lower back. It really does a huge stretch for me, so I really let it stretch what it needs to stretch. Now, with doing what this is called the butterfly, be careful for your sciatic nerve. And I only say this because when I was at the end of my pregnancy and shortly after it, my sciatic nerve was hit, and this particular stretch, I don't know what it does, but it definitely hit that nerve more than once. So be careful if you have sciatic nerve issues. Either don't pull your feet in as close or don't put your head as far down. Either way, just be careful. So all I'm doing here is not fully extending my arm up over my head, and that's only because I don't want it just hanging out, but I do still want the sides stretched out, so I lift my arm to help with that without feeling like my arm is standing at attention for no reason. And again, we are breathing in slowly for 5 and breathing out slowly for 5, really letting that stretch set in. So for each direction that I go down when I'm doing the stretches, one does for the side, the other does for the bottom of my leg, and then another, when I go forward, stretches yet another part. So that's why I do 3 different angles, is so it gets 3 different areas that I absolutely need and loved the stretching for. Moving right along into my center split. As you can see, I don't go over each leg and then down the center. I just go straight down the center. If you're new to exercising, you're welcome to go down each leg again and then down the center. And also, do not worry too terribly much about how far down the center you can go. If you can go a whole bunch like what you're going to see me do right now, great. If you cannot go that far at all, that is fine too. Just do what you can and do what you're comfortable with. There's absolutely no need to hurt yourself while doing this. The point of this is just to enjoy and feel the stretch that it does. Here I'm getting ready to do push-ups, and I'm doing them on my knees instead of with my knees off the floor, because I'm still working my way back into it. And also with these 3 different sets, I position my hands in different areas. One set is going to be wide, another set is going to be a little bit lower, so that way each particular set works a slightly different area of the arms. As I'm doing each of these exercises and stretches, I may not have the greatest form anymore, but I am working on getting back to that. That way I do get the full benefit of each stretch and exercise. Now that stretch that I just got done doing, I think it's called the child pose. I'm not sure. I just know I saw it in a book and I saw that's supposed to help your back stretch out, so I've been doing it since. Now here you can see that my arms are a little bit lower than what they were before because I started with the wide set of push-ups and now I've moved to the lower set where my arms are a little bit lower. Also here with this stretch, I breathe in slowly for 5 and breathe out slowly for 5 to again get the full benefit of this stretch and really let it sink into my body. And here we are just moving into my last set of push-ups, which will also mean my last round of that stretch with my back. We're now moving into what I believe is again called the cat-cow pose, and it's for stretching the back. I do it in a way that's breathing in for 5, out for 5, go neutral with my back, and then do the opposite, in for 5, out for 5. You'll notice that I keep adjusting my positioning here because I was trying to find the correct form, and so I'm looking over at this camera, well, at my phone, more than I normally do because I was trying to find it and I was like looking and seeing, oh, not right, let's try this, oh, not right, let's try this. Just doing a little extra stretching on my hips and my back and side areas there, nothing technical or specific. Okay, so when I'm laying down here straight on the floor, I cannot tell you guys how it feels so good on my back to let it go in the neutral position, in the natural position, everything. Now the stretch I'm going to do here, it's apparently to stretch your buttocks. It's something that I learned from a masseuse, and all it does is you put your leg as in line with your shoulder as possible, pull your foot up like you see here, and try to keep as good a form as possible, and you know when you hit the right muscle when you feel the stretch in your buttocks. And now I'm just switching sides, doing the same thing. For those of you who stuck around to the end of this and did not click out, I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate each and every one of you who do watch my videos. I plan on trying to incorporate more of these exercise videos, as well as a few other parental things that I've just learned along the way that I would love to share with you folks. So thank you so much again for sticking around. Until next time, and here you see me just laying there enjoying the neutral position. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed doing it. That was very minimal, very light exercising, toning, stretching that I have done. Very much back to the basics for me, and as soon as I feel a little bit more comfortable, which will be very soon, I'm going to go ahead and explore the other different exercises that I have with the apps that I have. And so it'll be a series to follow, as once I start with the exercising and once I can get back into routine, I like to keep that routine. So, and like it said in the very beginning, I am not an expert. I am not a fitness expert. I am not a personal trainer or anything. I am simply a mom trying to get back to exercising because I enjoyed. That is all, and I want to share it with you. So you guys have a great rest of your day or weekend, depending on when you're watching this. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that notification so you don't miss any new content. Share my videos. Go follow me on Mama Mystics Instagram. I definitely have a lot of stuff that I put on there as far as my family. Also, I have a Facebook page, Crystal Clarity, and I post some stuff on there as well. So until then, we'll see you soon. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.